Two-time Super Bowl champion quarterback from the New York Giants, MVP of the Sugar Bowl, by the way. We're just talking to Joel Klatt, in-game analyst for the Big Ten on Peacock, co-host of the Sims Complete podcast. We got 2 vacancies we got to talk about. We just got one this morning. There's 8 total and counting. The Miami is out. I got to ask you, if you're Harbaugh, is there any way that Miami's a sexier candidacy than the New York Giants, where I need him to go?
Yeah, well, yeah, Miami's interesting. I think the Giants, without question, I don't even think it's close. They have more to work with and a quicker turnaround than the Miami Dolphins would because of Tua, all the money, everything else. Listen, the Giant team at times this year, I went, wow. Not only I think they have a chance to be pretty good, they're fun to watch. And most of that comes from the quarterback. I mean, listen, I watched Jackson Dart a lot last year leading up to the draft, but he turned out to be and look better on the NFL field than I saw him look even in college. He just was more dynamic, the throwing, the running. So the Giant job's a better one to me.
Giant job's a better one, and is that where you'd put a Mr. Harbaugh, or do you like a Stefanski there? Do you like a young cat, like a Clint Kubiak type? What would be the best fit for your Jackson Dart?
Yeah, well, I have a lot of things that, I would just say this, Kay, not to avoid the question, but I did work for the Giants, and I know most of these coaches, so I've been pretty quiet on that. I think of course, there's good guys. I'm not even saying I'm looking for him to get the job, but like Kevin Stefanski, why would you hire him? I don't like his offenses when I see him and how they run and what the plays are. I love it. I mean, I think it's unbelievable. He's the guy, if you're a quarterback and you got some talent, if you get Kevin Stefanski as your head coach or offensive coordinator, it doesn't matter. You got a chance to be really good.
Well said, and I very much respect what you're saying. Of course, Giants have the 5th pick in the draft, by the way, as we're looking at things. Now, in honor of Wild Card Weekend, I'd like to take a look. Let's go to the past, shall we? Let's flip it and reverse it. Wild Card win up against San Francisco. Sir, this is 1985. What do you remember?
Oh, shoot. Not much. That's for sure. It's so funny. I see these old films or, me throwing, I go, damn. If I tried that now, my arm would go with it.
You beat Joe Montana.
Yeah, no, I beat him quite a few times. Of course, he beat me quite a few times, too. I beat Dan Marino. Yeah, it's great. Well, I don't know if I did it. Our defense did. Maybe that was the true answer to it.
You had touchdowns to Mark Bavaro, Don Hasselbeck, 181 yards, 2 touchdowns. Do you remember the interception?
No. Was that a playoff game?
I can't. You don't remember this?
Well, no. I played a lot of these teams in the playoffs in regular season. So Hasselbeck, his last year was 1985, if I'm not mistaken. So that game, and Mark Bavaro might have been a rookie or probably a rookie that year. So, man, not bad. Mark Bavaro.
You got to win.
If it doesn't get hurt.
17-3. Niners defending champs. The Giants, by the way, had won 2 playoff games in 20 years before that big win. Now, let's take a look at this year. Let's go into the future. It's Niners, Eagles Sunday. Eagles offense. Lots of ups and downs. It sounds like they're figuring it out. Do you trust Jalen Hurts and this offense up against a Robert Saleh defense?
Good question. I look at this game and I go, wow, if Philadelphia having the game at home and with that roster, and I know you hear that a lot and everybody talks about it, it's all true. It's not good. It has a chance to be great. And I think about this with the Eagles. The emotions, all the focus on them after winning the Super Bowl last year and the one they lost a couple years before that, it can wear on a team. But as it came towards the end, you could see it coming together. At least I could. The running, Saquon Barkley, the quarterback, that worries me a little bit. If it gets to a point where you have to throw the ball to stay in the game or win, then, man, the 49ers got them right exactly where they want them.
On the AFC side, it better be. It should be the Bills' year. Are the heroics that what?
Well, no, go ahead.
Tell me what you're going to say. What are you thinking?
Well, what it's the Bills' year. I mean, really being honest, and I know the Bills, I've studied them a lot. Before the season, this is the year, the Bills, and then I go, why do you think that? I know it's Josh Allen, but I didn't think. I look at their roster and watch the team and go, man, I just don't. if they get to the Super Bowl, I think it'll be the coach, the quarterback, the team. Man, I'll give them tons of credit because I don't know if they can. I don't know if their team is good enough to go through the gauntlet, win 3 playoff games to get to the Super Bowl.
They have the NFL's leading rusher.
I know they do. And they're going against the NFL's leading defense against the rush.
And their rush defense is terrible. I think I say it in a way, I say it because it is every year. This, like, it's going to, and I said it mid-season. I said, or once when the Chiefs weren't looking like the Chiefs and Burrow was injured before he came back on Thanksgiving. Like, I say you better win because we talk about you like you're supposed to win. And you have the reigning MVP. So, like, if they don't win this year and then you're going to have, it just feels to me it's never going to happen if it's not this year. That's my fear.
Yeah, no, okay. And not to always be against everything.
No, please.
But, listen, they're a good football team. You're just looking at them playing Jacksonville, I think this is a really rough place for them to go down there and try to win. Jacksonville's big. The quarterback has finally got it. In other words, he's got a coach that's driving him, being tough on him. And his joy or whatever enthusiasm of playing is evident when I watch TV or even I watch film and even his interviews. Trevor Lawrence went from liking pro football, he loves it. And it's really fun to see. And, man, if Buffalo can get by this, Kate, this might be the hardest test they could have in the playoffs. I really believe that. Jacksonville, big, powerful, tough, hard coached, against a team that really relies a little more on speed, smaller, everything like that. So it's really an interesting game. But I'm just going to go there and say if I had to pick a winner, I'm taking Jacksonville.
That is clear. We understand you are very much liking the Jacksonville Jags, with a lot of credit to Trevor for embracing a coach and his philosophy and his, Liam's hard on him. It works, and he's reinvigorated, and I like that you're giving Liam the love here this morning. I'd like to get your thoughts on
Jay, let me just say, in 1984, I got a guy named Bill Parcells who kind of changed from 83, and all of a sudden I went, wow, this is awesome. We got a chance here. We got some talent. We can turn this around, and which we did, and I think that's happened to Trevor Lawrence, too, down there in Jacksonville. Sorry to interrupt.
You don't remember that monumental win over Joe Montana, but you can recall 84 and Parcells, I'm just saying.
Okay, 1985, we beat Joe Montana in the playoffs, and then we beat him again in 1986.
Okay, good.
In the playoffs, okay, and that was the unfortunately for Joe, that was the game that Jim Burt decided to make him a flying object, and he couldn't play the rest of the game. So,
let's talk MVP, my friend.
Yes.
I'd like your thought. It's a 2-quarterback race. I don't know if anybody will ever win it that's not a quarterback. It's Matt Stafford. You're already giving me the face. What does that face?
I say this all the time when I do these things. I just go, man, can we at least have a rule? You can't say who's going to be the MVP until like week 10. The Heisman Trophy. God, we got it before. Who's going to win? Week 1. Oh, he might have sealed the Heisman Trophy. It's crazy. But saying all that,
well, Phil, the regular season's over. Stop griping about week 1. Who's the MVP?
Well, I got to go back and gripe about the things I like to gripe about.
You sure do. Let's go. Who you got?
I'm going to say Matthew Stafford, okay? And it's really close. And I'm really say that just because he's older, been in the league. I want to see him win it because he's been tremendous in his career. But also Drake May, man, I don't know what to say. The guy is a second-year player. He's big. He's got a great arm. He can run. And he makes it look so easy. That's what really kind of bothers me as the next quarterback. It's supposed to be hard. And he can just make dynamic throws with no effort at all. So this is going to be an interesting game. They got in the playoffs. And I'm very curious because I think the Chargers is a good match for them, too.
Can I see the AFC control room and show our friend Phil Simms? And I like that you like the Jags. I like that you're very decisive. You know what you're seeing here. You know what you think might play out. Who do you like in the AFC? You think it'll be easy walk for the Broncos? I like the Texans. I like their path. Who do you like?
Will it be an easy walk for the Broncos? Oh, my God, no. It's, the quarterback. I love all this stuff. I hear people still talking about, well, they're doing it with an undersized quarterback. Have you ever been next to Bo Nix? They say these things. He's a monster. Man, he's got legs like a damn linebacker, and he runs, but whatever. Sean Payton and Bo Nix are both going to have to be really, really great, I think, to find a way to get to the Super Bowl. That's the first thing. What was the other thing you said to me?
I sort of what pops out to you if they're not going to have an easy walk. Who could make it tough for them? Who could go to the AFC? Is there a sneaky team you like?
Well, yes, everybody's saying Houston, which I kind of believe in. I think the one thing about Houston, I do see them giving up more points at times against better teams that would, make me think twice. But that defense, you hear it, it's all good. The quarterback is, he's solid. Their pass protection is very iffy. So, sometimes when that offensive line meets a good defensive line, look out, that could be the difference in, going forward. So I don't look at the AFC and just go, I really love this team to go there. It could be one of 4 or 5 teams that could make it.
I was going to go to Chicago, my hometown, for this Packers-Bears game. I want to be there. I don't think I'll make it. I'd like to have them advance so I could go. Don't look at. Why are you looking at me like that? I can't make it. But
where are you going to be? Why can't you make it? Where are you going to be?
I was in Vegas for 4 nights too many, Phil.
Oh.
So I just can't. I cannot see myself traveling back and forth. I just cannot. So I'd like to go next weekend when they could maybe have the likes of the Eagles.
Okay,
at Soldier Field. Do we like the Bears to get a win over the Packers? What does it come down to? How much of it? For me, it's like the coaching. Who has the coaching advantage here? The guy who has maybe more experience. Matt LaFleur. In round 3, it's just who's got the better stuff, right?
Well, yeah, there's a lot of things. One, I remember before the season, not to pat myself on the back, which I don't, but. Everybody talking about all this. I said, look, if you redo the draft right now, I still will take Caleb Williams #1 because there's so many things that are explosive about how he plays the game and who he is. And now he's got a coach, just like Liam Cohen down in Jacksonville. The coach is on him and changing his mind about how you play football. What are you doing? You need to work harder, all these things. And being there in Chicago and that field and that atmosphere, and the Green Bay, they've kind of faltered at the end, and so did Chicago a little bit. But Chicago emotionally, how long can you keep that up? Well, they got a little rest. Here they come, and I like the Chicago Bears in this game beating Green Bay.
I love hearing that. Hopefully they've got some semblance of a home field advantage with those cheese grater hats, and Caleb Williams maybe with what's gone on in those fourth quarters, maybe it'll translate well to a playoff situation.
I always look at this, and I learned so much from Bill Parcells, but, it's really important in these big games to do what? To get some points on the board first. And I said, why is that such a big deal? We got the whole game. He goes, because I want them to be chasing us. And I can speak from experience. Just going down the field and making a field goal early in the game, you go, all right, we're on the board. It's a big deal. And, the longer you don't get on the board, the more stress and what the hell are we going to call? So I look at these playoff games and who can be the team to get that first score to really put some pressure on the other team.
I'm looking. I started my show today, and I'm thinking, watching those highlights, the effect of Ben Johnson in such short order, just getting that one hire, that the pressure now to the impatience in the league. I started my show having to defend Todd Bowles, who's taken this team to the playoffs year in, year out, collapses this year, and people are saying he should be fired. I came out defending him, sure, if he does it again next year, maybe we'll talk. But the Baker was all these things. I'm so curious what you think. I'm looking at the numbers. 15 coaches fired the last 2 years. Is that evolution okay? Part of the game, or do we just have zero patience and that's not okay?
There you go. Nobody has patience for anything. Every fan base wants the best quarterback in history to be their quarterback. He's got to do it all. And every time they lose, oh my God, the quarterback, he only completed 70% instead of 75, or whatever. Hey. The quarterbacks, it's amazing how quarterbacks that really play well are on good teams. Man, it's funny how that works out. But between fan bases, talk radio, I don't know, all that, Kay, I really believe it's a big part of it. And the owners, listen, they want to get in the playoffs and Super Bowls and all that stuff too. So what we're seeing last year, this year, I think we'll see it again next year. This is just the norm right now. We're moving head coaches out like we do starting quarterbacks now. Well, They only won 10 games this year.
Yeah.
We got to change.
I think the opposite, somebody on Twitter will clap back and say, or even me, like Vrabel, I don't know, like Ben Johnson came in and Liam Cohen came and turned it. Why wait? Why buy time? Time is money. We got to win right now with these rookie quarterbacks, the way the salary cap is. Mike McDonald in Seattle, isn't there a make the change? Don't wait. Who cares? This is a business. There's nothing to that.
No, there is. You make a great point there. A lot of these coaches being hired in places where you go, well, wasn't that bad from the new coach? And then they go in there and they rip it up. Man, they do great jobs. So all the questions we had about Ben Johnson, we'll see, Mr. Genius, what he is now in Chicago. Well, he proved to everybody not only is he a genius, he knows how to motivate players. And I love their style of play and what they do. And I got to admit, too, his after the game celebrations in the locker room might be the best I've ever seen.
Okay. Wow.
It just shows you how the world is changing.
Yes.
Can you imagine somebody, Tom Landry, running in the locker room and throwing his hat down, or anything?
Taking shirts off, all sorts of things, yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see Bill Parcells rip that shirt off. That would have been great.
I will leave that there. Who's representing the NFC in the Super Bowl?
Hey, look, I'm going to go the easy way. I'm taking Philadelphia. And just because here in the last 2 weeks, I started looking at these teams and I just said, man, show me the weakness of the Philadelphia Eagles when you look at who they are and what these players can do. And I know the answer. Everybody's going to say, well, the quarterback, yes, in certain situations, I think it is a weakness. And the head coach, who at times during games can make a decision. And I'm sitting there watching TV. I don't know why I'm yelling at him. But, I'm like, what are you doing? And I think, too, decision-making in the playoffs will settle down a little. In other words, you're in field goal range, kick the damn field goal. We don't have to go for every fourth down. But everybody says the same things. Well, analytics, and I'm just an aggressive guy. Well, that's not good enough. These analytics and going for it all the time, I'll tell you what else it can do. It can get you fired.
You're aggressive. You are. You say what you're feeling. I appreciate you so much. You hate the Bills. That's what I'm kidding. You like the Jags.
I didn't hate.
I know. I'm joking.
I know. Let me say this. I would love to see the Bills win and all of them stand up there and just say to everybody, "Now you know what you can do."
Yeah.
With that.
But we're going to take a YouTube break here. I'd like to keep you though, Phil. What was a Parcells celebration like? We'll be right back on the show. This is why you should subscribe to the YouTube. We'll be right back. Complete Sims podcast, by the way, on YouTube. Subscribe to that. Phil, what was a Parcells celebration like?
There was no celebration. I don't know. I don't remember seeing Bill Parcells in a locker room doing an interview or anything after any game, except when the Super Bowl came, because we all had to be in that space and he was interviewed or whatever. But yeah, no, he wasn't in to say, hey, we did what we were supposed to do, men. I told you, whatever. If he
even after a Super Bowl.
Well, yeah, he being interviewed by, I forgot, Brent Musburger, I think. Yeah, that's when he kind of said some things, but otherwise he didn't come in the locker room and do a speech of how we played. In fact, a lot of times he'd already be setting the table for next week. You know what I mean? He would be going, oh, everybody's telling me how hard we played. Well, hell, can I take that for granted? We're going to play hard? I don't have to come to go thank the players for doing that. I mean, Bill was great. He could take anything and take it back down to the first floor and make you start all over again every week.
There wasn't like a Super Bowl party. There wasn't a Super Bowl party where he's getting on stage with,
no.
Mariah Carey or REM or something.
We're talking about a long time ago. All those celebrations we see now and the party afterwards and all that other stuff. That was not part.
What did he say about you going to Disney? The Disney World. Did he say, "What is this"? Was he mad? Like, what was he? You didn't want him to go with you?
Yeah. Well, he didn't know it, of course. And it doesn't matter. It was after the game. But like if it would have been, let's say, a playoff game and we had another the next week, and if I did that, he'd be going. He would, of course, would not be happy as the understatement of the world.
I just love how much reverence you have for him. Somehow in an interview, you mentioned him like 9 times. It's just very cool.
I can't help it.
I know. It's very cool. I like it.
Well, no.
We'll have to have a whole off-season convo about it. We got to wrap, though. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. That's why you had me on today. It's because of him. because he put me in this position. So that's why I got to talk about it.
Beautifully said. Tough, tough love. Thank you so much, Phil. Please subscribe to the Complete Sims podcast on YouTube. We will see you. We'll have a whole Parcells thing next time we chat.